Hi, y'all. Welcome back. I don't know what has possessed me to do a makeup tutorial moment for y'all, but I posted my makeup from the last video and you guys said you wanted it, so we are delivering. Also, shout out to Tony Train Bloom because he said he wanted a makeup tutorial moment and I must serve for this man in a truly meaningful fashion. Welcome to Tism Pump YouTube, y'all, where I talk about my experiences becoming a baby bodybuilder and my experiences with autism, mental health, and addiction recovery. Today, we're gonna do a tutorial moment, but I'm also going to be talking about borderline personality disorder. So buckle up, because this is a subject, I don't know if I've necessarily covered it yet. Not super in depth. A snail moment, of course. Listen, this setup is so whack right now, check it out. You are sitting on top of Tool of Titans, and this is what we have going on here in the vicinity. Also, on Instagram, you guys voted for a red and black eyeshadow moment. So that's what we will be doing. I will be starting with creating a base. So we're gonna just start off with a little skincare moment. We're doing very graphic eyeliner. I must procure diaper wipes, of course, to clean my brushes. We're gonna have a little base moment, and we're gonna start off with the exfoliate Paula's Choice Skin Perfecting BHA salicylic acid, y'all. Does any of this do anything? Honestly, I wish I knew. I don't know if it does, but all I do know to be true is that I used to use primer, and now I just do skincare as a base instead of primer, and I find that it works out well. Gotta let that dry a little bit. I was diagnosed with BPD amongst many of the other mental illnesses that I have been collecting over the years at 19, and it made a lot of sense, I'm not gonna lie. Someone described it to me as basically being bipolar. Bipolar is going through, to my knowledge, is going through bouts of depression and then mania. The depression and the mania part, it can go weeks, it can go days, it can go months, and then you kind of do a switch. With BPD, you switch several times a day, and it can be very exhausting. And then next we're gonna go in with this. I don't know, I just got it from Winners. It is the Essential Beauty Hydrating Facial Serum. It has hyaluronic acid, vitamin B5, and we're just gonna put that. Oh no, shit, I fucked up, and I'll explain why. Oh no, okay. Here's why. So when I'm doing a makeup moment that's not like super in-depth like today, then I do skincare because I don't touch my eyes. But since we are doing our eyes, I like to do eyes first. And I'm gonna try to look at you and not at the camera, but there are gonna be moments, because it is very in-depth, where I will have to look over there. Sucks to suck, I don't know what to tell you, girly pop. We do need tape for this, and it is just Scotch tape. I like to use tape for this because I used to do my eyeliner every single day, and I do not anymore. And because of that, I am not as good at it as I used to be. So I like to do this to just, I don't know, mitigate risk. Is that the word? Is that the right word? I don't know. So we're gonna try to place this in the same kind of region on both sides. See, there's a little tape moment. And we'll do the same thing here. So usually when I do this kind of like graphic liner moment, it's kind of similar. It's fine. I tend to not put a lot of eyeshadow on, but you guys requested pink and black, so we're gonna give you pink and black. A bubber. Oh, I found it. Swag. I don't know, I haven't really been putting anything in my brows recently, so no, we're not going to. I'm just gonna brush them out so that they're in the same direction-ish. And then I'm gonna do something that I like to call cutting. And this is more of a graffiti term than anything. It is definitely not a makeup term, and that is okay. It's where you're cutting something, I don't know, creating a line and cleaning something up. So we are gonna basically shape the brow. And for this, I will be using my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Shade 185. And then the brush, this is from MAC, I think. It's freaking a million years old. 22 angled liner brush, I don't know. I like to just take a couple pumps of this and put it on my hand. I'm not a huge fan of concealer. I don't use it too much. I tend to use foundation as the base for things. But anyway, we're gonna just kind of try to create a little shape moment. And then we'll go from there. It's funny because in a manic state, not too long ago, I cut off half my eyebrow. I was like, it's a vibe. And then one day I took an ugly selfie, as I tend to. And I was like, where's my eyebrows? Months later, anyway, so I've been growing them back out. It was not the vibe I thought it was, to be honest. And a lot of people like to use a flat, round concealer brush to do this. I've always used an angle brush to carve out my brows. I don't know why. There are no rules in makeup, girl, truly. And that's on using eyeshadow as lipstick and lip gloss as blush and whatever you feel like doing. BPD is quite hard. Read this somewhere. It is apparently one of the hardest mental illnesses to have. Lucky I have 5 of them to compensate. Recently, when I've been doing this, I have not been bringing all the product down to the bottom. Reason being is that it creases. But I'm not going out today, so it doesn't matter. So we're just gonna cover the whole lid with this and bring that a little over there near the tape. My mom's gonna be like, why are you making sounds? I'm gonna be like, I wish I knew, girly pop. Okay, and then we're gonna take a wet beauty blender. It has to be wet. If it's not wet, you're doing something wrong. Trust me on that one. And just kind of like blend it out. Girl, BPD is hard and splitting is hard. And let's talk about splitting a little. I don't necessarily, I don't know, I just more know about my own experiences with BPD. And don't take what I say with a grain of salt, because honestly, I am not the be all end all. I don't really know much. All I know is I have a lot of years of experience with it, my own experiences. Having BPD is really rough and it is hard for a lot of reasons. It is going up and down and black and white thinking, and it is 0 to 100 very quickly. You can go from being extremely happy to extremely sad to extremely angry. And all those changes are tough on your nervous system. It leaves you feeling 90% of the time very dysregulated. And when you are dysregulated, it is very difficult to perform literally any task ever. So it can be very challenging. Now, for makeup, you guys wanted red and black. I will start with a little bit of a neutral moment for the top. This is the I don't know, it is a Morphe palette. I think it is an Artistry 35C. Who knows, dude? This is quite old. I will be using a little bit of this, and then also another Morphe palette. This is the Maddie Ziegler Imagination palette. We will be using a couple of these colors as well. I think for the top, we will start with Crushed and kind of just bring that all over the lid and see what happens, and we'll just kind of go from there. There's something in my back. It does not feel good. Okay. I don't think I've ever used the color Crushed in my life, but I wanted something a little lighter for the top because we want to focus more on the graphic liner moment. So like that's what's going to be the show stealer in this little look, I guess. I don't know, dude. I really don't know because I don't do my makeup very often anymore. I do give myself a little lash extension moment and then I go to the gym. Sometimes I do skincare, contour if I'm feeling very spicy, maybe some blush, but for the most part, I don't wear makeup. I just kind of like exist in this world and I never wear it, and I go out and I look like a gremlin, and honestly, I'm fine with it. My face is semi-symmetrical enough that I can get away with looking like I just stepped out of a garbage bin, and we love to see it. Anyway, so you're gonna just put this kind of like in your crease and bring it into the corner, pack it, I guess. I don't know who I think I am doing this today, but that's okay. And just kind of, I don't know, put it all over the lid, I guess, dude. Bring it all the way to the tape. And then over. See? Create a swoop motion moment. And then, and we took a blended brush for that. This is just from Sephora. It's just a standard blending brush. I don't know what to tell you, girly pop. That's about it. And then we will take, ooh, I don't know, this red here. And we're gonna use a kind of flat rounder brush, a concealer brush. This is the Morphe M167. I don't know if that means anything to you. It doesn't mean much to me, to be quite plain. And we're gonna put that just on the bottom lid here. And bring that all the way into the corner and then all the way to the edge. We got some fallout there. That's okay. And we will get rid of that when the time is right. And the time is not right, not yet. And then just do that on the same one, dude. I don't know. I don't know, dude. Will this look okay? Who knows? But yeah, it's very hard experiencing those emotions. You can change up so quickly. It's quite mysterious. It is probably the only mysterious thing about me, I would say. Now, this is the moment where shit gets hella tricky. So we're gonna just try to focus on this, and then we'll go back to talking about mental illnesses. I'm gonna be so for real. A few years ago, NYX had their matte liquid liner. They discontinued it. Big mistake, in my opinion. I kept all their bottles, and I also kept their brush, because it was a great brush. When they started creating their other liner, their brush changed, and their formula changed. I ended up buying a Morphe eyeliner, liquid liner matte, and it just so happens that the top fits perfectly on there. So it does come with a wand, but it has a felt tip, and it's just not pointy enough for me, girl. I kept several bottles of the NYX eyeliner, and I just switched out the tops on it. Shit is about to get very real very fast, because this shit is, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that this is not a challenging look. I am not gonna sit here and tell you it is not for the faint-hearted, and it is not for everybody. This is not an everyday look moment, but y'all wanted it, so I am delivering. I always start this off by doing like a little V moment, an upside down or sideways V in the corner here. I'll show you what I mean. It's hard to do this, I'm not gonna lie, and this setup is weird. I'm about to look like shit, but I always look like shit on the internet, so I don't really give that many fucks. You're gonna just create a little line, and then you're gonna bring it out there. Oh, I am shaky. Okay, see what we have here? There. And we're gonna just, with every kind of line we do, we're gonna try to replicate it on the other side. It won't be perfect, it's gonna be difficult, but that's okay. Oh gosh, that's not good. So that one's way longer, and that's okay. We'll figure it out, you know? What you're gonna do is you're gonna wanna connect these lines. I am so shaky, okay. So you're gonna create a kind of a triangle moment. See? Same thing on the other eye. And then we have these two hollow shapes. What you're gonna do is fill them in now. I don't know why I'm so nervous. I need to do this on camera hard because I can't see. This is not going super well, I'm not gonna lie. But that's okay, honestly, it's not a perfect, and I am not a makeup artist, so I don't know what to tell y'all. If you don't like it, get bent, I guess. I know what it is. I had coffee. I don't have coffee ever. I succumbed to my urges and I got a pumpkin spice latte because I put my internalized misogyny aside, and I procured one a couple weeks back, and it was a big mistake. They are loaded with caffeine. Anyway, so we have these two shapes. Now, if you see this line here, you want to we're going to create a couple more lines. You'll see what I mean. Why anyone watches these, I wish I knew. I don't know. Hi, Mom. Following this line, we're going to try to create a little curve moment. Oh, God. Then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. This is so hard. Don't drink coffee and do this. I'm telling you. We have two little curves. We're going to do another one. Now, as you can tell, I have hooded eyes. So whenever we need to create something that's close to the crease, we need to do it a couple millimeters above. Otherwise, it will get lost, Miss Girl. I feel like I'm performing heart surgery in this present moment. My goodness gracious. Okay, see, we did another little line there. Same on the other side, following the curve. The next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna create like a Z moment, and we're gonna bring this here to that there. Same thing on the other side. So let's get a little bit more product on the brush, girl. Oh God, do not drink coffee and do this. I am telling you, girly pop. A grave mistake on my part. Truly an error in judgment. Okay, we have a shape. Next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do, I don't know, a little loop moment. You'll see what I mean. And we're gonna take this and create a little loop. Same thing on the other side, and then we're gonna fill in that area. The way I wanna do this makeup on show day in several years when I finally have a show. So we have this kind of weird little moment. Then we're gonna do the same kind of little loop-de-loop from here to this side as well. And we're just gonna do some, I don't know, shape-shifting for real. Okay, well, that's what we have. And then we fill it in. The problem with black liner is that it's really hard. Sometimes you go overboard, you know what I mean? And it's hard to stop yourself, and that's okay. Honestly, it doesn't need to match. They don't even have to be sisters. They don't have to be twins. You can be like second cousins, because honestly, people will just be enchanted at the fact that you attempted such a dangerous little look. This is the fun part, and it's the wing. So what we're gonna do is from the corner here of the tape, we're gonna create a wing, both sides, and then we'll see what happens. Watch. And we're not gonna, oh no. You see what happened? It's okay, we'll hide it. Conceal, don't feel. I went too fast, it's not going well. Okay, I'm freaking out, it's gonna be okay. And we're gonna drag this up in here. So we have like, it looks a little messed up, but once we remove the tape, it'll look a little better. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of create a little sweeping motion from the top of the wing and try to kind of connect it. It's not gonna be connected, but it's supposed to look like it connects here. Again, this is what I'm doing, dude. You don't have to do it. We're just kinda, okay, see? Ooh, swag, okay. It rarely goes that well. I'm telling you, it rarely goes that well. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna do another little, you'll see here. Another like a little circle, like a little thing, so that it matches the kind of curves we have going on here already, you know? Swag. This is my favorite part. We're gonna remove the tape. I love this, watch, it's so cute. Hopefully it works out. Hopefully it's similar on both sides, to be determined. Ooh, okay, yes, that's looking very sharp. Cutesy. And quite sharp as well. It's, you know what? I'm not mad about it. It's not half bad. Okay, now we're gonna take a little diaper wipe moment. We're gonna clean up the bottom of the eyes, and then we'll put skincare on. Now, red is a challenging color to clean up and cover up. If you use color theory, if you have color corrector, if you have something with green in it, that can be really helpful because it helps neutralize. If you take a look at like complementary colors, what's on opposite of the color wheel, red and green. It's giving Christmas, but also it works. And if it works, then work it. We will, of course, be doing a rhinestone moment. That is later on in the look. So we did already put this on. And then the next step to priming the skin, I told you we're gonna be doing the hydrating facial serum, hyaluronic acid, vitamin B5 Girly Pop. I just got this from Winners a while ago, and I'd just be using it. All right, now that we did the most challenging part of the whole look, we can get back to talking about me being mentally ill, and mental illness in general, specifically BPD. So splitting is quite interesting, and it is interesting to experience, and it is interesting to witness. I'll tell you that much for free. Especially if you do not have, if you are witnessing it like within a relationship, whether that is platonic or it is romantic, watching someone switch up on you is quite interesting. And I experienced splitting, well, I mean, I experienced splitting a lot, but I experienced splitting recently with, oh no, girl. I opened this palette and a black chunk came out onto my hand. She has been going through it, as have I. Miss Girl, watch. I know you might watch this, I don't know. But it's very challenging to have two friends that are both, you know, going through trying times. Within relationships, something very quick can happen when you have BPD. Whether it is a reaction from someone or not the reaction you wanted, whatever it may be, and it can cause someone to split. And what I mean by that is you going from 0 to 100 very fast and experiencing black and white thinking. So within the context of this relationship, I was feeling very overwhelmed with my best friend. She was going through it, and I just went into a split moment where I was like, okay, fuck her. Like, I'm done. I don't care about this relationship. I'm over it. I'm done. It's causing me too much stress, and I'm over it. If she doesn't want to be friends with me, I don't want to be friends with her. Fuck her. That type of thinking can be very destructive. It can ruin relationships very fast because we are very hot-headed, Miss Girl. We are going to also put on some vitamin C and retinol. Province Beauty, I suppose. This, again, is another winner's find. And we're just going to put that on the skin. And what I like to do when creating a base, if I'm doing like a wild little look like this, is I like to just like dampen my finger with a little bit of this product. And then to create a fun little base, I take highlighter. So this is Too Faced Canary Diamond. Ah, oh God, it's exploding everywhere. It is not okay. And I like to rub some product or moisturizer on it and then just kind of spread that all over my face, because I don't know if you can see, it's a sparkle moment. And we love a sparkle moment in this household, of course. Get a little bit more product. A sparkle moment on the nose as well. As years go on, it's not that mental illness gets easier to deal with. It is challenging, but as you develop coping strategies, it's easier to navigate. I think with anything, as you have more experience with it, you get better at it. Not that you can defeat mental illness. That is a thing that is quite tricky about it as well, is that you might be doing well for a day or a few weeks or a few months, but it always creeps back on you. I've had times in my life where I've thought, oh, I should probably put the turkey bacon away. I've had times in my life where I've thought, I'm done, like I'm not mentally ill anymore. Funny. Anyway, we're gonna do a little base moment, and we're just gonna put this here. Something I saw in Miss Kenzie's video that I found to be very helpful is when you're doing a full face like this and you want full coverage, the best thing to do, whether it's like using your finger or something, is to just spread the product out first, because when you're using a sponge, it picks up the product, and when you're using products like this, like you don't want to like have them go to waste. Honestly, being a girl is expensive. Getting Fenty foundation is expensive, and I have been using Fenty foundation I think since 2017, since Ms. Girl first started the company, and it is amazing. I have not gotten any other foundation since. Why would I, when it performs in such a flawless manner? I'm looking like a ghost. Now that we have that, we're gonna take a beauty blender and we're gonna blend this out. Listen, apparently you're not supposed to bring this all the way up to the top, because that's where the concealer goes, and it, I don't know, creates some, whatever, I don't care. I don't like using concealer too much. You gotta trust the process for this look, to be honest, and for most makeup looks. I don't wanna carve out my brows on the top. Sometimes I do, but it's just, it creates such a harsh line. So we're just gonna bring the product to the edge of the brow, hope for the best, expect the worst. Splitting is really hard, especially when you go from being extremely suicidal to just fine. It's hard. I mean, I experience a lot of emotions, but it's funny because the days where I am feeling suicidal and I go through all of this crazy emotion, I can just go from like literally feeling like I want to die and I want to kill myself to being like everything's fine. And that's on BPD Girly Pop. There's also like another thing that I find that happens with BPD, and it's like after major mental breakdowns, I kind of become almost catatonic and stop talking. And there could be a little bit of, I'm sure there is also autism involved with that. And sometimes I go nonverbal. Experiencing emotions that are that high, that quickly, and just doing a little switch up is very hard on your system. And sometimes when this happens, the only thing that you can do is to just try to reset your nervous system. For me, I do this in a couple ways. If I've had a breakdown and I'm like catatonic, what I do is sleep. I have to sleep it off. Like an hour nap, something, and you'll wake up, in my case at least, and feel significantly better. One other way where I deal with something where it's like I haven't had the full mental breakdown yet is going to the gym. It happened to me the other day. For this, I've been using this for years as well. Fenty Beauty Matchstick Shade Mocha. And this is a bit of a warmer tone. It's more of a bronzer, but I use it in contouring areas. Contour tends to be cooler, so we're gonna just use this to create kind of like shadows on the face, make our forehead smaller. It do be, and then make our nose smaller as well. It's giving free nose job. Should I get a nose job? Let me know in the comments. I remember when I was younger, there was this thing on Facebook called Hot or Not, and someone commented on my nose when I was a kid, and it made me really insecure. And it's giving fake jawline moment. I always forget to blend this out here, and then I go out and it's like, why do you have, I don't know, a shit stain on your face? And we're gonna blend, just blend it out, girl. Pretty much. Do you have something to say? No? That's what I thought. Blending it out. It's gonna give it's giving button nose. Then you're left with, I don't know, a nose. A more contoured nose. Is it better? Is it worse? I wish I could tell you. I'm kind of unsure in the present moment. All I know to be true is when I am very upset, what I do is train. And I trained for a long time. I was very suicidal the other day and I was just not having it. It was the day that I was supposed to go to Texas. I was very, very sad. I was in bed all day rotting. And if I'm being completely honest, there was a good decade where I spent every day, most of the day, in bed. And I don't know, when your sympathetic nervous system is fucked and you're in fight or flight for a decade, it's really difficult to get a lot done, if anything, get anything done. I spent probably 10 hours that day in bed. I messaged a friend of mine, a gym bro, and I was like, dude, what do I do? Like, what do I do? Why am I heartbroken over someone that, like, doesn't even really exist? And he was like, you just need to, like, get up and do shit. So that's what I did. I got up and I did shit. I didn't feel like it, but I got up and then I started getting ready to go to the gym and I switched. I went from extremely suicidal to just fine. I started listening to this playlist on my phone called Ear Assault and I was literally good to go. We're gonna do a little bit of a bronzer moment here and deepen that color a little bit. Bring it over here, down into the neck, forehead a little bit, and temple. Ooh, that's a bit much. It's giving excessive. And then I'm gonna also do a little bit of a blush moment. For that, we're gonna do the Anastasia Beverly Hills Blush Trio. And for this one, we are gonna use Ginger's Girl right there in the middle. She is a little bit red. I'm gonna use a kind of highlighter brush moment and tap most of the product off. We're gonna do this kind of... Excuse me? What's going on? You okay? Talk to me. What are you experiencing in this moment? Hardship? Can't relate. Anyway, and we're gonna put that kind of right on the cheekbone. Same on the other side. All right, next. Highlighter, of course, in a truly meaningful fashion. And we're gonna place that again kind of right on the cheekbone, slightly above and into the temple. Just for some, I don't know, color pop, shine, I don't know, girly. You see? If I'm going for like a drastic highlighter moment, is I like to take the Jumbo NYX eye pencil in shade, whatever the fuck this is, Milk, and put it right here, see? And then here. Really create a button nose. Why can't I say button? Button. Button, girl. And show them who's boss. Blend it in with your finger, your middle finger specifically. So see how it's kind of like a button moment? Very cute, see? Okay, and then for this, I like to use my finger and right over top of where we put that, we're gonna put highlighter. And then there. And then right on the Cupid's bow. That is the Cupid's bow, right? I think. I don't know. That's what it is. It should be like that. Most of this is done. We're gonna do the under eye moment. And you know what, for this, I will be using lipstick to start off with. So this is Bite Beauty. Girl, she is discontinued. This is mauve. This is lipstick. And we are gonna put this right under the eye, all the way across. As I said, there are no rules in makeup. You can put wherever you want, wherever you want. And that's how it do be. And that's what is gonna happen. Then we're gonna take a flat, where is it? A flat kind of like circular brush, and we're just gonna kind of pat the product down and blend it out a bit. We're gonna go back in with a little Morphe moment, and we're gonna take this little red shade here and go from the inner corner and bring it into the middle. Grab a little bit more product. Okay, now this is where the black comes in, girl. Black is tricky, and I have never used this eyeliner actually. We're gonna take the little Jumbo moment in shade. Black Bean. They were like, why stop at black? We'll name it Black Bean. I never do this. I never use black on the bottom. It's like kind of a rule. Oh, that is what's happening. This is the look. Usually I have lash extensions on. I'm not gonna put those on right now because they will just, if I'm washing it off, they will be done for the day, girl. We are going to take some rhinestones and we're gonna plop them on our face, and that's what we're gonna do, and then we're gonna put lashes on, I guess. Yeah. I will do a lipstick moment. I will take the Bite Beauty, and we're gonna kind of use this as a liner around, you'll see. God bless lip filler, honestly. Having gotten it in 2.5 years, or 2 years, the lips are luscious-ish. And then I'm gonna take, Miss Girl, another bite. Shade Cava, I think, yeah. You can't buy this, sucks to suck. And we're gonna fill in the rest of the lip. Anyway, what we're gonna do now, first, is we're gonna take some of these bad boys. I don't know, they are for nails, they are for eyes, it do be. And they have a bunch of colors. I just got these on Amazon. You can just get them on Amazon. And I'm gonna take some of my lash glue that I use to apply my lash extensions, and I will put them on. So I like to put product on my hand like this. And this is the Lilac Street. Miss Dawson girl recommended this to me. This is great. And then I take, where is it? I wish I could tell you. A nail art brush, and just take some glue, and then wherever I want the dot to be, let's place one right there. And then use the remaining product to pick up a gemstone. We have red and black gemstones. I will use white though. I find that that's just kind of what I want to do today. Oh my good God. Okay. Okay, she's stuck. Good girl. Yes, great success. And then we're gonna do the same thing in this region, I suppose. Yes. I think that's enough, if I'm being completely honest. Why am I ticking? Whatever. I will not lie, that was a truly horrendous occurrence for everyone involved, mainly me. It did not go over well. I am not made for the strip lash life, girly pop. I can promise you that. Also, I did not blend out my nose, not even a little bit. That's what I noticed when I went to the bathroom. A mascara moment, of course. I think it's the only thing that we can do in the present time, because I am completely unwilling to use a bunch of lashes and then remove them 5 minutes after this video comes to a halt. I just can't justify wasting money like that, no. Although I would have loved to have some dramatic lashes to go on with this. It seems as though it's just not in the cards. Not much left in this mascara, if I'm being totally honest, because guess what? I don't really use mascara very often anymore. And this is the Sky High Lash Sensational, Maybelline, New York. She works well. That is the look, pretty much. Let's see how it looks. I do need setting spray, but I'm not gonna put setting spray on, because guess what? I'm literally gonna remove this like 5 minutes after this video is done. Because I'm not going anywhere, I'm not doing anything. But let's see. Did we slay it? I don't know. Can we use any of this for a thumbnail? Listen, if you're watching this, if you've made it this far, it's highly likely because you too are mentally ill and you go gym like me, or you're autistic, or you're in addiction recovery, or you're trying to get through addiction recovery. All I know is that the gym is a beautiful gift. It can't be used in place of therapy, of course, but all I know is that if I feel suicidal and I go to the gym and I train legs for 4 hours, which you don't need to do, you don't need to train legs for 4 hours, I'm just psychotic like that. Whenever I leave after training for an extended period of time, I feel good. I feel good, and I feel better, and I feel less like dying. Honestly, if you have BPD, if you feel suicidal, if you're struggling, like, you're not alone. And I know that doesn't help you. Sometimes it helps me to know that I'm not alone in this, because it's hard to navigate by yourself. Like, all I know is that, and I've heard other creators talk about this as well, is that the gym really translates to every part of your life. Like, if you are able to rely on discipline to move you through things, I don't know, everybody talks about, when they talk about going to the gym, initially too, is they talk about having motivation to go to the gym. If you take a look at like anyone who's very successful in bodybuilding, it's not motivation based. It is dedication based. It is dedication to the sport. It is dedication to bettering yourself in whatever way, you know, whether it's going to the gym or doing other things, like, but that discipline, it really translates throughout your life. Like, if you are disciplined enough to like train, to go to the gym, it will start affecting how you eat. it will start affecting how you treat your body. It will start affecting relationships and holding yourself accountable, because that's just how it tends to work. And if you can get anything from this video, it is get to the fucking gym. Lift some heavy little silly circles. Like, if you're afraid of looking bulky, especially if you're a woman, girl, it does not just happen like that. I have been trying so hard, and look at this. Like, okay. Look at that. Nothing there. Barely anything. And that's on Wolves Forever, girl. But yeah, if you're struggling, reach out to somebody. If you're struggling, reach out to somebody. If you're struggling, go to the gym. There are little things that you can do. And like, if you're going through a period where you're very suicidal, you will come out of it. It is hard. And like, it's never gonna fully go away. Like, mental health issues are for life, and it's a lifetime disability, and it's very difficult. Just know that you're not a burden, and you are loved, and just go lift some heavy fucking weight. Anyway, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, if you fucking hated it, I don't know, subscribe, comment below, do what you do, girly pop, or don't. I'm not in charge of you. I'm not your mother, although I would love to be a muscle mommy. Anyway, that's it. That's the video. Thank you for watching. And if you're new here, thank you for coming. If you're a day one, May, shout out to you, Ms. Girl. Hope you're eating your pasta. And if you are a cardio girly and you are watching this during cardio, please hit me up on Instagram and let me know, because I love you. Anyway, goodbye, beautiful people, and I hope you have a great day. And this was doing a graphic liner moment with a bodybuilder. I don't know. That's what it is. YouTube over.